Durban volunteers distribute rice to the families in need, which helps to overcome food shortages. Earthquake survivors on Bohol Island in the Philippines give back to society by helping other less fortunate people. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Margaret. Thank you for joining us. Local volunteers in Durban, South Africa have been distributing rice to families in need in the countryside. Many of the families that visit are sick or poor or even dying. As they deliver rice, volunteers also provide much needed love and care. Here's our report. The bags of rice are placed neatly. They are for orphans as well as seniors who suffer from frail health.
You can drink porridge to supplement your nutrients. You can also massage yourself, which you will become stronger.
Suffering from serious asthma, Aaron has to rely on a respirator. The bag of rice can sustain him for a while. As the local volunteers deliver red envelopes of blessing and wisdom, the senior had a question. The rice has been sent to one stop after another. What motivates everyone to give of themselves?
We are here because of great love. This kind of love is different, and it is within everyone's heart.
Grandpa Anathi, who has tuberculosis and epilepsy, has not bathed for a long time. The volunteers prepare hot water and persuade him to take a bath. Feeling refreshed, the senior bathed in the sun. In the next family, the grandma, who is paralyzed, has many bed sores and sleeps with feces on her bed. The volunteers change her dressing and bed sheets so she can live with dignity. Regardless of the rain or the need to climb mountains, Durban volunteers spread love to forgotten corners, caring for the sick and poor. Since the earthquake occurred in central Italy in August 2016, Tzu Chi has continued to care for the affected residents until now. Volunteers have organized fundraising activities to modify a rehabilitation bus for the people with mobility issues. Let's take a look.
Since the earthquake in August 2016, Tzu Chi's caring for the affected people has lasted until now.
We're very proud to have friends like Tzu Chi to care for us. This allows the residents to reunite and feel happiness in just a few hours. Thank you very much for what you have done.
In the third year, Tzu Chi volunteers raise funds to modify a second-hand school bus into a rehab bus.
Tzu Chi has made a great effort to modify the bus. This is very important to us.
Thanks to Tzu Chi for organizing the fundraising event, so that we can have this rehab bus. It will carry old and weak women and children as well as residents with physical and mental disabilities. And its services can be extended to some remote areas.
In fact, the true love comes from all walks of life through selling of crops in a disaster area.
A discussion meeting was held at the Legislative Yuan of Taiwan on the Taiwanese people spreading love in faraway places. Not long ago, when several legislators went to Turkey, they witnessed the helplessness of the refugees there. They also saved Faisal Hu, a Taiwanese businessman and also a Tzu Chi volunteer, helping refugee children. The meeting was to help the government learn Tzu Chi's experiences in international relief work.
Eğer Tzu Chi derneği olmasaydı bu çocuklar şu an sokaklarda dilencilik yapacaklardı.
The stories of these Syrian refugees are being played in the Legislative Yuan as a testimony to Taiwan's love.
This boy is in my school and he's in grade 11. He's good at soccer and also studies well. He's a very good teenager.
Tzu Chi volunteers have been accompanying us for years because they hope our children can put down hatred, give back to society with their studies, and understand gratitude.
The International Elementary High School is 4 years old. The school has around 3,000 students who have hope because of education. The students also participated in monthly distributions to nurture love. 3 Tzu Chi volunteers have inspired hundreds of local volunteers to join Tzu Chi.
Every religion emphasizes love, which includes benevolence, compassion, universal love, and great love. Every religion talks about it, and love has no national boundaries. Love is love. It makes no distinctions.
Because of this, our lives have become very meaningful and are not empty. I also want to thank Love from Taiwan and other faraway places so we can continue helping them.
Society always held a negative view on the Legislative Yuan, so we feel we should tell society the good deeds done by Taiwanese people around the world.
These legislative members went to Turkey and experienced Taiwan's love over there. So after they returned, they invited many organizations to this forum.
I saw Tzu Chi would bring connections with resources from other private organizations or having refugees helping refugees.
We are so far away from them, but our love and Tzu Chi's love are able to reach them. How Tzu Chi is able to build up the love in a place I consider very dangerous is well planned in the SOP.
The soft power of love is helping the children under the war to grow up happily. Tzu Chi's hard work allows the world to see Taiwan.
In 2013, a devastating earthquake struck Bohol Island in the Philippines. In the aftermath of the disaster, Tzu Chi pitched in to help. Besides helping build simplified classrooms, they also provided aid, allowing children to pursue education. Now most of these children have turned from scholarship recipients to Tzu Chins, who carry out their charity missions to help other people in need. With the guidance of volunteers, the Tzu Chins on Bohol Island entered the venue energetically. Most of them are Tzu Chi scholarship recipients who have been trained to become Tzu Chins. They are able to handle fundraising activities independently.
Tzu Chi itself inspires me to be here in this activity because, of course, they will give value and compassion and relief, and they will give support to those people who are in need. And I love helping other people.
They bend over to show sincerity and friendliness to the residents, helping people regardless of rich or poor.
Tzu Chi gave us a wheelchair. It allows my son who has mobility issues to move around. Tzu Chi's mission is inspiring as it encourages us to help impoverished people. I want to share the advantages of Tzu Chi with my neighbors. This way, they will at least know about the organization and also feel the essence of Tzu Chi's good deeds.
The seeds of Tzu Chi spread with the footsteps of Tzu Chins. The two children, who are both physically and mentally challenged, are taken care of by their grandmother. As they haven't taken a shower for a long time, the volunteers seize the chance to do good deeds. The 9/21 earthquake caused damages to more than 700 schools across Taiwan, the largest and most serious of which were elementary and middle schools in Taichung and Nantou. The Tzu Chi Foundation later launched Project Hope in the same year, adopting the reconstruction of 51 schools. Each new campus was built to resist earthquakes with good lighting, good ventilation, and green space.
On April 10, 2000, Fendong Middle School celebrated the groundbreaking ceremony as the first participant in Project Hope. From Taiwan to overseas, a campus event helped raise funds for Project Hope.
前日多位我唔知影呢，但是呢，人用我的感觉就是一个的力量。
On January 17, 2001, Taichung Xinse Elementary School was the first Project Hope school to be rebuilt.
This place is a building that makes us very comfortable because it's used the best construction methods to improve our earthquake resistance.
The campus is thoughtfully designed and a corridor extends all the way to the school gate.
When it rains, I will go this way when I get out of school.
Fendong Middle School has a double-wide corridor design, which was rare 20 years ago.
The light is much better. The space for after-school activities is also larger.
It has a double-wide corridor. Natural lighting has increased and space for activities has increased. And thirdly, security is improved, such as escape routes during an earthquake.
Planning the space also include areas for disaster prevention. Zhongxing Middle School has a separate toilet attached to each classroom.
The school itself is also a refuge for the community. When a major disaster occurs, at least the people in the surrounding communities can come here.
After a 9/21 earthquake, Tzu Chi assisted in the reconstruction of affected schools. The distribution includes 33 in Nantou, 15 in Taichung, 2 in Jiayi County, and 1 in New Taipei City, with a total of 51 schools involved.
In all the buildings, we use steel reinforced concrete, which is called SRC. This part is to ensure that if there is such a situation in the future, the campus will be safe and can be a place of refuge.
Strong and shock-resistant, with good lighting and comfortable ventilation, along with greening of the school, are all common features of Project Hope schools.
A combination of a large green area and campus landscaping helps promote the concept of a community school or the feeling of being in a large park.
The design of Nantou's Zhongxing Middle School merges with Zhongxing New Village. Zhusan Elementary School, beginning 20 years ago, implemented a green building concept.
Our school's green space is close to 70%, and our water permeability is 73%.
The campus is very beautiful and it makes people feel very safe.
Resource recycling and reuse is a feature of the campus. Xinse Elementary has been replanted with trees, turning the area into beautiful hills. Zhongxing Elementary has reused red bricks from prefab homes.
At that time, when it rained, this area outside and inside, this prefab house would get muddy, so the children often fell down. People raised funds to buy these red bricks.
There are 2 rows of mahogany trees on the campus, and they are transplanted elsewhere during the reconstruction. After the school buildings were completed, the community dispatched an ox cart to carry the old trees home. Police cleared the way and it became a local event.
Residents came out and applauded us. Everyone thought it was a great thing and they also wanted to witness this moment.
Tzu Chi volunteers assisted in planting of old trees back to their original places. The same year, there were countless teachers and students, parents, Tzu Chi volunteers, and community residents to jointly lay bricks on campus to let the earth breathe. I don't think that the bricks are heavy. No, not at all. I want to do this for the good of the school. With the best campus hardware, life has come back to these schools. Durban Elementary has a mural where teachers and students created art with the likeness of Tzu Chi volunteers also being represented.
We want to let everyone know that there was a period of reconstruction. We want to let them feel Master Zhenye's hopes and desires, and Tzu Chi's kind-hearted approach to caring for our school.
In Puli's Dacheng Elementary, because of fewer students, they are making good use of idle classrooms and turning them into community reading libraries.
We make this space bigger, so people from more communities will like to come here.
Each school has set up a Jingsa reading room to expand school children's humanitarian studies. Zhongxing Middle School also has a corridor lined with historical photos telling its history. Bringing together love from around the world, Tzu Chi has completed the reconstruction of 51 Project Hope schools and spurred the humanitarian education of many children in the wake of the 9/21 disaster.
There is a hillside near the Kaohsiung DaAi Kindergarten. This hillside is like the big garden for teachers and students. By observing nature, the children have not only learned to coexist with the earth, but also cherish natural resources.
这是大花紫薇，水黄皮，苦练。这是一棵树，这是我的创作。这个淡淡的幸福就是我们的山坡老师。
请你们去从大地的老师的身上找你们要铺排的东西。好，开始。
The green hillside is a unique natural classroom at the Kaohsiung DaAi Kindergarten.
Teachers and children are learning together from the hillside. In here, as the seasons change, the children can have many different adventures.
On the hillside, fallen leaves, flowers, and even dead branches from the trees can be used as creative inspiration.
The flowers are used in place of its hair, fallen leaves are its eyes, and landstones are its cheeks.
小朋友，你们要做什么？
游乐园。
游乐园哦，啊，你们捡了什么东西？
可是我们还不够。
If the children understand more than nature, they will prefer to be close to nature. Children will like all kinds of animals and learn to cherish everything in the world.
为什么它的喉咙开始变大了？哦，它在吃虫子了。
There is always a surprise on the hillside.
没过马路。
这是什么？
男生，男生。
你们怎么跟他相处？
安静地看他。
往下走了，他发现了，非常的棒啊！
It's great because our kids can observe the nature directly and see the change of ecology in person. We don't have to give them too much explanation.
我晒的种子本来。
The color of seeds I dried was originally this color, but after they were dried, it turned brown. I dried them because I don't want to let them end their lives.
The seeds that have been air-dried are still attractive to the school children.
These were picked from the hillside, and these are the gifts that Teacher Hillside gave us.
From the decoration of the classroom to the children's arts creation, all of these are natural treasures given by the hillside.
The seeds will not be wasted as they can be used to make something.
They can feel the changes in nature with their 5 sense organs. After they observe it, they will pick it up and turn the treasure into their self-motivation.
The rich and diverse ecology on the hillside is filled with life education, where the children can learn to coexist with the earth. Tzu Chi volunteer Wang Zhang Shengmei has been a medical volunteer for over a decade, so she has seen all kinds of suffering and people in any stage of life. Therefore, she is rather open-minded about her own illness. She has said that she will volunteer until her last breath. Follow our report as we learn more about her story. After the second chemotherapy, the medicine made me throw up 2 days and 2 nights, that I lost all my strength. I lost my muscles and I weighed less than 40 kilograms.
I felt a little lost when I quit my job, but I feel this is worth it because I can be with Mom, and it makes me feel this is more meaningful than my job.
I vowed that I could keep my organs intact so I can donate my body. I hope this can happen.
She's really busy and also very devout, so you must make good use of the donation. When it's so hot at 12 o'clock, she still works here to collect it. So it's not easy for her. Just for $3 US, it's not easy. So you must make good use of the donation.
The master uses $3, same as $30.
You must take care of yourself. She is a really nice person, and as you can see, she doesn't know how to ride a scooter, so she always walks. She has given a lot of herself for Tzu Chi. If Tzu Chi needs her for something, she'll walk there.
I'm not afraid of walking. If I have to go out, I need my husband or my son to drive me there because I don't know how to ride a scooter or drive a car. I always use my 2 feet to walk.
Actually, I'm afraid of hearing bad news about her every time. So I always feel quite happy every time I see her.
You've been giving me strength. Thank you very much. In the past, I'd volunteer for 8 days straight. I always volunteer for 8 days, but now if I can volunteer for a day, I will do it until my last breath. As long as I can do it, my body allows it. I will grab it and do it. I don't care how long I can last. I don't know when I can volunteer until. I really don't know when my last day will be, because this is not for me to decide. Tzu Chi volunteers in Los Angeles collaborated with the local school districts to conduct a food waste recycling program. Both the extra intake food will be sent by volunteers to the people in need. We will leave you with this. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.